Hello Normans, and welcome back to this week's Norman News. I'm Grace Suomi.
And I'm Jason Maybaum. Stay tuned for news on finals.
And more on how you can purchase your yearbook. Around the school in 30 minutes,
this is the Norman News.
Happy Monday, Normans. We are just 1 week away from finals and winter break. This week, try to take things easy and give yourself some much-needed self-care time to help you prepare yourself for your finals. We know that this time can be very stressful for you, Normans, but your teachers, friends, and Norman Aid are all here to support you. This week, make sure to take some time for yourself, but also take some time to study for each of your classes. You got this, Normans. Have a great week, and now to Jason with school news.
Thanks, Grace. Hello, Normans. Yearbooks are on sale now, so don't forget to purchase your 2022-2023 yearbook. They are on sale at bhhs.bhusd.org/yearbook sales for $110. The price goes up January 1st. While you're purchasing, take a look at the customization options. You can add a name stamp to your book from the yearbook only, basic, and deluxe packages. Last day to customize yearbooks is January 26th, so take advantage of the yearbook sale and place your order today. Now to a field report.
Excuse me, who has the best drip at Beverly?
No one.
I don't know. Julia?
Okay.
Actually, can I do it again?
The best drip at Beverly. Thank you.
Jonah Kashani.
Now let's ask Jonah. Jonah, who has the best drip at Beverly?
Caden Showhead.
Who has the best drip at Beverly Hills High School? Noor Horiani. Hey! Who has the best drip at Beverly? Student, teacher, it doesn't matter.
Miss Klein. Miss Klein. Definitely. Nobody else.
Okay. Who has the best drip at Beverly?
I'm joking, you know?
Who has the best drip at Beverly High?
I'm going to say myself.
Yes, I agree 100%. Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Jason. The Islamic Republic of Iran has carried out what is believed to be their first execution of an individual for taking part in the protests that have gripped the country in recent months. The man, Mohsen Shakari, was arrested on September 25th and sentenced to death for closing a street in Tehran and injuring a policeman with a knife. Many of those arrested in connection with the months-long protests since the death of Mahsa Amini more than 70 days ago have been abused, beaten, raped, and shot. Earlier this week, the head of Iran's judicial team said death sentences for several protesters have been confirmed and that the executions would be carried out in the near future. Since the start of the protests, the Iranian authorities have killed at least 458 people, including 63 children, and at least 15,000 people have been detained. Activists are calling on the UN to step up and do something, as this is clearly a major human rights violation. Something must be done now before it's too late. We hope to share the news of Iran's victory and freedom for all the women soon. Now to Akira with national news.
Thanks, Eden. At a Wisconsin cleaning company, a federal judge ordered that slaughterhouses nationwide to comply with child labor laws after investigators identified 50 minors scrubbing and sanitizing dangerous equipment on overnight shifts at 5 different meatpacking plants. With an agreement with the Labor Department, it was announced that Packers Sanitation Services, Inc. will have to hire an outside advisor to review its hiring policies and provide additional training for its managers. Investigators with the Labor Department visited 3 plants owned by JBS and Turkey Valley Farms in Nebraska and Minnesota and found 31 underage workers as young as 13. These underage workers have been identified by investigators by comparing local school records with PSSI records. The Wage and Hour Regional Administrator said that this case should serve as a stark reminder for all employees that the U.S. Department of Labor will not tolerate violations of the law, especially those that put children at risk. In the court documents, it was found that the people working at PSSI knew that there were minors working along with them. Since the agreement, PSSI agreed to take extra steps to ensure compliance and address concerns, as well as firing underage workers that are identified by the Labor Department. Not to Nora with local news.
Thanks, Akira. On December 13th, the city of Beverly Hills is hosting a reception in honor of the retirement of George Chavez. Chavez is a city manager and is leaving after 34 years of dedicated service to the community. The party is free for the public to attend and will be held from 5:30 to 7 p.m. in the Municipal Hall Gallery in Beverly City Hall. The city officials, community leaders, and members of the public will all attend the reception to show their appreciation towards Mr. Chavez. Chavez began his career with the city in 1988 as a public inspector and worked his way towards the city manager over the course of the years. Make sure to stop by to show your gratitude towards him. Now to Orion and Mickey with sports.
Thanks, Nora. Good morning, Normans. Welcome back to Pro Sports. I'm your host, Ariana Eam. World Cup semifinals are here. Argentina will be playing Croatia tomorrow at 11 a.m., and France will be playing Morocco Wednesday at 11 a.m. Morocco being the first Arab team to make it this far in the World Cup. With 2 underdogs making it through the stages, we expect France and Argentina to proceed to the finals this Saturday. That's all for Pro Sports. Now on to Mickey with school sports.
Thank you, Ariane. Good morning, Normans. I'm Mickey Annabim coming to you with this week's school sports. Starting off with girls soccer, JV and varsity both have a game on against North Torrance on Wednesday, and varsity has a game against Viewpoint on Thursday. Boys JV and Frage have a game tomorrow against Milliken. Girls JV basketball has a game tomorrow against Venice, and varsity has a game today and Thursday, both at home. Boys JV and varsity soccer have games on Monday and Tuesday. Monday against Verbum Day and Tuesday against Bell Gardens. Now to a field report.
Hi everyone, this is Dylan Eamon with KBEV. As of December 8th, Brazil, Croatia, France, Netherlands, England, Argentina, Morocco, and Portugal have advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2022 World Cup. Today, Argan Naeem will be asking students about which team is their favorite and who they want to win.
Who are you rooting for in the World Cup?
I'm rooting for Argentina.
Is there a specific reason why?
Because it's Messi.
Of course, of course.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Who are you rooting for in the quarterfinals of the World Cup?
Brazil.
Why?
Because they're a really good team.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Okay. Here with the one and only
Mr. Carey.
Who are you rooting for in the World Cup finals?
You know, I always want the underdog. I mean, let's find out. I got to do my homework because I don't think the underdogs really made it this year. They're all I guess it would be Croatia. Croatia probably they're the least likely to make it, right?
Croatia is. How about Morocco?
Well, that's it. So I think it would be a beautiful thing if it was a showdown between Morocco and Croatia. I think. Only because, look, the underdog needs a little glory. All those other teams, how many times have they won it? So it'd be nice to see a country that you don't expect to win it. It's like share the wealth, right?
Of course, of course. Wouldn't you like to see Messi or Ronaldo in the World Cup finals, although?
I would like to see Messi do a hat trick. But, I mean, it's kind of Messi's had so much glory. I mean, it's like share the wealth.
You're right. Share the glory, share the fame.
Yeah, I mean, of course, who doesn't want more highlights of Messi? I mean, it's the beautiful thing about Messi. This is the thing about Messi that you have to really put into perspective. And it doesn't matter if you're 9 years old playing AYSO soccer or if you're playing the pros, there's this weird vibration that happens as you get close to the goal, right? And everybody becomes a 9-year-old. Doesn't matter how much training you have, how much you get just caught in this vortex of this anxiety. So you kick a ball that way, everywhere except into the net. But Messi has figured out, and Ronaldo has figured out how to take all that stress, that resonance that sends you into a devil's triangle, and just laser in the ball.
You're so right. Laser focus.
Yeah,
That's
it's because
right.
that's the difference.
You're
It's
right.
not that he's physically better; he's mentally better.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Carey.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who are you rooting for in the World Cup quarterfinals?
I'm Argentina.
And why?
Because of Messi.
Who are you rooting for in the World Cup finals or quarterfinals?
Brazil.
Why?
Because I love Neymar.
And how do you feel about Ronaldo being benched?
Very good.
Very good? Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who are you rooting for in the World Cup?
France, of course.
And why?
Because I'm from there. It's my country.
How about Portugal?
Oh, no, I hate Portugal. Ronaldo sucks. I don't like him at all. And they're going to lose against Morocco.
Who do you think is going to take second place?
Second place, either France or Brazil. I don't know.
But I thought you were voting for France.
Yeah, but Brazil's really good. I'm still for France, but I'm saying second place can be France or Brazil.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ariane and the people that we interviewed. I hope everyone enjoys watching the rest of the World Cup. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thank you. On Thursday morning, Celine Dion, known as one of the most skilled singers of all time, stated that she has stiff person syndrome, a rare and fatal neurological condition that can result in crippling muscle spasms. The Canadian singer announced in an emotional video that she will have to postpone and cancel a number of scheduled concert dates due to her illness. The video was shared to Instagram in both English and French. I've been dealing with problems with my health for a long time, and it's been really difficult for me to face these challenges and talk about it. Everything that I've been going through, she wrote in her caption of her post. It hurts me to tell you that I won't be ready to restart my tour in Europe in February. 8 of Dion's summer 2023 shows, which were originally scheduled from May 31st to July 17th, 2023, have been completely canceled due to her condition. Her spring 2023 performances have been moved to 2024. Nonetheless, the first-time Grammy winner, and she said that she's still hopeful to be able to perform and is not giving up. She ended her message in tears, saying, "Take care of yourselves. Be well. I love you guys so much, and I really hope that I can see you again real soon. Thank you." Now to an interview.
Hi, I'm Sophia Sadian, and today we're interviewing our very own Mr. Carey, the KBEV Media Director and the Academy of Motion Picture. So, Mr. Carey, could you please tell us about the world's premiere at the Mann Theater this past Saturday?
This was the program. This was 60 years in the making. It was the foundation, the Film Foundation, which is George Lucas, Spielberg, Scorsese, who chose to restore one of my father's really early 60s masterpieces, which was titled The World's Greatest Sinner. And The World's Greatest Sinner is what really set my father as a prominent figure in independent film. And they restored what was left, which were 4 prints. Took them 3 years in scanning and just completely restoring the master into this 4K DCP, which just premiered this Saturday, and had a really good crowd, and it's going to mark the beginning of a whole new kind of era for that film. And it, more than anything, this film was made in the 60s when motion pictures were very difficult to make. It's not like today we can just pick up a phone and shoot a film. Back then you really had to have a bankroll, you had to have a production company, you had to have all these means to produce a 35 millimeter film. My father did it on his own. a true pioneering maverick who took on basically the studio, creating his own independent film. And an independent film that he produced, directed, and starred in. And then later distributed it himself. It's available on Amazon Prime, and that it really, if anything, it's a reminder of the independent spirit. And the independent spirit is something to remember in a way that's forgotten today. If you look up the word independence in old dictionaries, you find Alexander Poe, who was a really well-known poet. He said, independence. This is, let fortune do her worst, whatever she makes us lose, as long as she doesn't ever take away your freedom and your independence. One person can make a difference. Exactly. And that one person made a film. That's the greatest kind of example of what one person can do, despite not having a studio, that he was able to create his own piece of work that still stands the test of time and is relevant today. So I was really happy that the Academy of Motion Pictures, now we have a section in the library. It's called the Timothy Carey Collection / Romeo Collection. Romeo. It's actually the Romeo Carey, Timothy Carey Collection, because I have some of my films in there too. And so it was a real honor. Some of the students here at school came and watched it, and so that brings this weekend's little interview to a close. Can't say it wasn't amazing.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Mr. Carey. I think it was really fascinating to hear about what you had to say. That's all for this week's Norman interview. I'm Sophia Sadian, and we will see you next week.
Thank You. The film, written by Will Tracy and Seth Reese, focuses on a young couple that visits an upscale destination restaurant on a secluded island where the famed chef has prepared a rich-tasting menu, coupled with some flabbergasting surprises. Notes on the deadline: Phineas portrays the world-class chef who puts everything up and adds some surprise elements to the dish. The plot revolves around a particular A-list couple who participates. I've heard Stone will play half of that pair. The couple will soon find themselves in the middle of an outrageous murder mystery. Many critics compare the film to the well-known series Knives Out. Although, will it beat out the film in views? So far, the menu has gotten mixed reviews. One viewer states, "I would say the film has a wonderful intensity and has to be watched on the big screens," while another argues some references were absurd and did not flow well with the movie, and I was not expecting that. Watch to find out what side of the table you would be sitting on HBO Max. Now let's sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's movie trailer.
Is that gonna fit everyone?
Yeah, easily. 12 customers total.
How do they turn a profit?
$12.50 a head, that's how.
What, are we eating a Rolex?
It's one of his classics. You have to try the mouthfeel of the mignonette.
Please don't say mouthful.
Tonight will be madness.
Welcome. We'll endeavor to make your evening as pleasant as possible.
Welcome to Hawthorne.
Here we are family. We harvest, we ferment, we gel. They gel? We gel.
He's not just a chef, he's a storyteller. The game is trying to guess what the overarching theme of the entire meal is going to be. You won't know till the end.
Who are you?
I am Margot. Why do you care?
I have to know if you're with us or with them. This menu,
The pictures, they're of us.
this guest list. How do they get these? It's not good. This entire evening.
This is just theater. It's stagecraft.
We're leaving now. Has been painstakingly planned. This is real, isn't it?
What the hell is going on?
We now offer you a 45-second head start. Okay, 45 seconds starts now. This is what you're paying for.
Get out of my way.
It's all part of the menu.
No, we're gonna die tonight.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
You told him it was my birthday?
Seemed funny about 3 hours ago.
Thanks everyone. Considering my more cynical review as of last week, I thought I would cover something that exceeded my expectations. Darktide is a horde shooter taking place in the universe of Warhammer 40k. The gameplay has a great mixture of melee and ranged combat, meaning knowing what weapons to use in what scenario is vital to survival and endlessly cathartic. Basically Left 4 Dead 2 or Left 40k Dead. Every character has a primary weapon, melee weapon, and a grenade that has special effects. You will scrounge throughout the maps and follow objectives given to you by the sassy tech priest lady, focusing on an invasion of a hive city by the chaos god Nurgle, god of death, disease, and COVID-19, as he launches a zombie invasion on the hive city you occupy. For some context, there are around 2 billion people on Earth, and that hive city alone hosts 20 billion, so it's pretty valuable. You play as a last chancer, a criminal considered so vile they are sent to a galactic military unit sent to only the worst of war zones. For some context, the human government blows up planets at the slightest hint of heresy, so the fact you're considered the worst of the worst says a lot. You're here for 2 reasons, to kill heretics and steal property, and you already stole the property, so let's do this. There are 40 classes to choose from. The Veteran is smart stupid, the Zealot is religious stupid, the Psyker is weird stupid, and the Ogren is big stupid. As a Veteran, you are smart stupid, focusing on gunplay and long-range singular target fire. As the single most American class of the cast, you are loaded up with enough lead to win the Great Emu War single-handedly. You are all about hitting the weak points and aim, so the Veteran is not for those inexperienced. Go figure. And do keep in mind that your ammo count as you live and die by your rifle. Your grenade is just a regular grenade, giving nice crowd control options. And while your chainsaw sword is nice, and you have the second most health of any class, you're a dude going up against a bunch of demon zombies, so hordes can take you down very quickly, and unlike most other classes available, you don't have ways of keeping your health up, so don't forget to watch how much damage you're taking. The Zealot is religious stupid, with the power of God and anime on your side. Out of the choir boy and into the fire, you are the main DPS of the group, using divine blessings and actual weaponry to butcher the unclean. Abilities that increase your damage based on how much damage you have taken, healing mid-combat, a stun grenade, and a dash for movement that the other classes just don't have. However, you can also buff yourself and those around you, meaning there's still a lot of thought going into gameplay. You live by the mantra, if you can't send God to a man, you can send a man to God. But do know your gunplay, while available, isn't really the point of your class, so don't hog the ammo and give it to the people who need it. And losing yourself in the violence is a surefire way to get killed. As a Psyker, you are weird stupid. Basically an insane wizard, using large area of effect spells as a kind of crowd control class, as well as large burst damage on singular targets, stunning enemies. You are to shepherd these corpses to the afterlife via divine lightning. You'll never really run out of ammo as you use spells and not guns, but do be wary that spamming your magic attacks may blow your mind. Quite literally, all over the floor. The peril meter will show up on screen, rising in percentage with each spell, and if it reaches 100%, you literally explode. But the meter goes down quite quickly, so simple time management should help a lot with this class. You are incredibly squishy, so you'll have to worry about the enemies breaking your hollow bones. The Ogren is big stupid, and are all about taking damage and dishing it back, being fed exclusively crayons, Popeye spinach, and Elmer's glue from birth. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. In short, your crowd control. And while you're quite physically slow, you're quite mentally fast, as you can remember your own name and actually count up to 4. This way you can survive in horde encounters effectively. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. More than 4. A lot. A lot more than 4. Yeah, a lot more than 4. Due to your defense, rate of fire, it doesn't matter if there are more than 4 enemies on screen, because if you kill them all, then there will be less than 4. Using this massive brain of yours, you'll take out as many enemies in front of you as possible and protect your friends from the stinky green people. You carry an entire box of unarmed grenades that you just throw at people for great single target damage, because you're too dumb to prime a grenade. But your weapons are slow to reload and fire. So good luck retreating from battle. So just because you can tank damage still doesn't mean you should get careless. Also, due to how thick you are, try to avoid getting in the way of your allies, as that will interrupt their ability to perform if you're getting in the way of all their shots. From here, you can customize your character's looks and story to your heart's content, and for each class and gender, there are 3 voice packs to decide your character's personality. This has literally no effect on gameplay, but is super fun and the lines have great voice acting. With a total of 4 party members, you'll fight off many different kinds of demon zombies: Average Joe, Big Boy, Zombie Dog, Chainsaw Man, the Wendigo, and attempt to take back the Hive City from what you're fighting for. In battle, you will watch your health, which is only regenerated through health packs, your toughness, which kind of regenerates over time, and corruption, which can only get fixed up by a medical servitor. Fun fact about that guy, he's a lobotomized criminal that was forcefully turned into a robotic servant. But for this guy, his lobotomy didn't go so well, so he's fully sentient and in constant pain. Ain't that peachy? But he can run out of charge, so do be careful. Now, the most important thing in this game is staying together. This is a game about zombies, and going off alone is a surefire way to get eaten by a zombie dog, or sat on by Jabba the Hutt. The environment and overall graphics of this game are stunning, really making you understand the darkness of the 41st millennium and how just awful the world you live in is. And while there isn't really any great music, for a game like this, it's not really necessary. After each mission, you'll receive EXP and money, to which you can buy more equipment and upgrade your skills. Darktide is a fantastic game, and though it can suffer from performance issues at times, for a $40 game, that is to be expected, and I really hope you play it. But just before you go, I'd like to end off this review with a thank you for all your time. From the crew that helps us keep this show running, to the viewers we have each week, I thank each and every one of you for giving me this time to go on each week. I spend an hour at least writing each script, and being able to talk about these games each week has meant a lot to me. And so, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. Here's the trailer for Darktide, and have a wonderful year.
These rejects the best you've got? Throw 'em. Let's see what you can do.
Welcome to Atoma, your home for the rest of your brief lives. Used to be the jewel in the sector. Then the heretics invaded. I need you to go down there and raise hell. Can't say for sure what's waiting in the shadows. Valkyrie exfiltration will be waiting, if you make it that far. Bro, what the hell is that? You're in for a fight now. Do me proud. Still alive? Good.
Those goons need attention!
Get moving. Extraction inbound. Move it. Move your asses.
Zola, we're gonna need more rejects.
Hi, my name is Chloe Amrani, and today I'm here with London Neiman, and we'll be discussing the cruel marks that Kanye West has been leading on social media and how he's been affecting our world.
Yeah, I saw the interview he did on YouTube. I was a little confused as to what was going on, because he stated he liked Hitler, so I was thrown off by that. But I hope we can find out what really was going on, because I have no idea.
I know there was a bunch of articles that were posting about it on Twitter, and it was just really upsetting to see that he would make these sort of comments about Jews, and it's just sad that this is our world.
Thank you. Let's send it to Tandis.
Thanks, Matthew. Kanye West will have to make a very public decision. At his Yeezy Paris Fashion Week show on October 3rd, the Hurricane rapper drew headlines for wearing a shirt with the slogan "White Lives Matter" on the back and having black models. The rapper has been receiving criticism from both fans and celebrities online for using the word, which was used by neo-Nazi and white supremacist organizations in reaction to the Black Lives Matter movement. Ye, however, proceeded to stir up controversy by rewiring his remarks on Instagram, using anti-Semitic language in his tweets on Twitter, and amplifying his hate speech in interviews. The public's response was prompt, and a number of businesses, including The Gap, Balenciaga, and others, ended their collaborations and brand agreements with the rapper. Additionally, according to Forbes, Ye no longer qualifies as a millionaire because Adidas dropped his dude deal on October 25th and declared that the company does not support hate speech. Ye's net worth has increased to $400 million as a result of the change, which also caused the journal to cut him from the list of billionaires. Now to the weather.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Izadeh, and welcome to the week of December 12th weather forecast. This week in Beverly Hills, we'll see cloudy skies with temperatures ranging in the high 50s to low 60s and some 40s. On Monday, we have a high of 54, a low of 70, and cloudy skies. Moving on to Tuesday with sunny skies at 59, moving down to 39. Wednesday, 60, going on to 40 with cloudy skies. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all in the low 60s, moving down to the 40s with cloudy skies. Thank you for tuning in to this week's weather forecast. I'm Jasmine Izadeh from KBEV. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine, and thank you for tuning in to this week's Norman News. This was Matthew Nicknam's last Norman News, and we are so grateful for all the hard work he has put into KBEV. We wish Matthew the best in his bright future ahead. Nicknam Nation for life. I'm Grace Suomi.
And I'm Jason Maybaum. We will see you next week.